Welcome back, gang. PPS here for our YouTube Play of the Day video this afternoon. We do it every single day. Doesn't matter whether we're coming with good news, bad news. Obviously, last night did not go the way we planned. And yeah, I can kind of talk about that, do a real little recap here. To start, obviously, we got the reverse sweep there. We've had a lot of sweeps over the past week. But last night was tough. Oral Roberts team total, I believe they had 49 first half points. I think they went 6 minutes in the second half without scoring. So obviously that does not help an over. Youngstown State absolutely obliterated them. Luckily, I did play the team total like I did mention in the video because they absolutely blew them out of the water. I should just taken their spread at 9.5 because it was an absolute bloodbath. Milwaukee could do nothing. They completely shut down the number one guy on the other side. It was brutal. And this one was just bad. This one was just bad all around. Other two can kind of make a reasonable estimate on what it is. You know, this one, not so much. Again, just stupid offensive fouls, bad breaks, but the breaks were self-inflicted, right? They were not like tips or something like that. They were, oh, we're open for a layup. Let's wait till somebody comes and gets an offensive foul. Missed layups. I really thought San Francisco was going to come out a little bit hotter. They just kept chucking up threes, and they weren't falling. So I think there was 7 moving screens that I counted last night, which is obviously not ideal. Shabazz, I think, hit 2 threes that got waved off there. So it was just a lot of stuff that obviously we did not need to happen for us. Still in the green, obviously not where we'd like to be with it, seeing as we were up 5 a couple days ago. So I got 2 spots today. And yeah, let's get right into it. So this has been a play I've been rolling with quite a bit lately. I've been doing mostly overs for the full both sides, but Dartmouth is tough, man. 315 adjusted offense. Their offense is really bad. Cornell obviously ranks number 4 in the country in terms of first half points per game, sitting at 40.5 points scored per game. Then you obviously look at them at home; they're at 41.5. So we obviously love to see that they're still scoring at a high rate. The only reason I might even think about doing the full half game there was because Cornell gives up so many first half points. They're bottom 10 in terms of first half points. They're sitting with Eastern Michigan, the team we love to attack first halves on. Today a little bit different. Won't be having to play there, but obviously I love Cornell. I love how they play. They're number 5 in terms of points per game in the country here. Sitting in around top 100 at 35 points or 35% from 3 so far this year. Middle of the pack here for Dartmouth. So I think that's really important to look at because obviously you look at the total here in this game, it's like 155 or whatever. And obviously Cornell's a little bit better at home, but in that first matchup, only 137 points. But the teams combined at 15 for 54 from deep, sitting around 30%, right? I mean, obviously we don't expect that poor of a number. Dartmouth shot 47% from the field. Just Cornell just could not shoot, right? They weren't shooting the way that they usually do. Obviously, looking at Dartmouth, they're bottom mid range in terms of pace, but Cornell makes everybody run, right? Cornell dictates the pace in every single game that they play. And obviously I like to look at their home games, and we've been seeing them score some pretty big numbers, 80 against Brown. They had 94 against Yale, 88 versus Penn, right? There's a lot of big numbers here in their last couple conference games. These guys are ranked right next to each other in terms of the Ivy League standings. So I think we see Cornell come out hot. Obviously, I'm not even going to worry about the second half. We would have hit Oral Roberts team total if we went first half. We would have hit the first down over in Youngstown if we would have just taken the first half. So I'm going to go back to it first half, and I'm going to roll with Cornell first half to get it done. All right, second play, guys. Second play. I don't know if we backed this team prior on the show here, but I'm heading over to New Mexico versus San Jose State. We're going to the over 143.5. Give me one moment while I pull up that so you guys can see. I didn't do it for the other one, but I will pull that up in a second. I'm trying to make sure I do this for you guys every single time. Again, this is another one of these games where it almost scares you, right? Because New Mexico won by 20, 77-57 in their first matchup. But again, we look at that game, 9 for 47 from three. And they're not defending the three ball that well on the year. So that kind of worries me that was just a little bit more towards just poor shooting, right? Just poor shooting on their end. We look at New Mexico on the season, and they're shooting 35% from the field. They actually shoot 38% from three on the road, which is actually kind of funny because they're only 34% at home. That's obviously something to look forward to if we get to the tournament and see that. San Jose State is shooting 34.4%. So obviously that is much higher than like the 18% in that first matchup. And obviously, if you look over their last couple games here, we look at San Jose State here in terms of points allowed. They have been playing a little bit better. They give up only 60 points per game at home, but this is a tough matchup for both teams here. This is House, obviously, is probably the most well-known name here for New Mexico State, but they do have a Deuce. I love him. He's huge. He went for 17 and 14 in the first game. Mashburn went for 20 and 5 rebounds, and then we go to House with 25 and 6. So the big three stepped up, and there's no one really to defend them. But I do like how, again, we saw 134 points with absolutely terrible shooting and really no issues guarding either team, right? We shot the free throws decent, but the defense really wasn't scary, right? 52% for New Mexico in that game. And again, San Jose, 34% from the field. They're way better at home. Again, this is like I said, even yesterday, even when we got swept, I stand by every single one of those. And we saw how much difference home road makes, right? The tempo for San Jose State is very, very slow, but they do rank in the top 70 in terms of adjusted offense. So obviously we like to see that they can score when it comes down to it. But we see a team here in New Mexico, 27th in adjusted tempo. So hopefully they can control that. Again, two teams that are right next to each other in terms of conference play. They are sitting at 5th and 6th, respectively. So obviously New Mexico needs a win here to cross over and beat San Jose State in terms of the standings for the season here. And we look at it, Vegas gave it a 143.5, right? So obviously they know something a little bit different here from a 134 in the first game. I think they expect some points here. I expect a ton of points. I love the big three that New Mexico is able to roll out there and think that they just have the advantage all the way down low here. Let me pull up the other bet that I have for today. We're seeing San Jose State as a 1.5 point favorite. Gosh, I'm probably going to have to bet New Mexico, even though San Jose State is fantastic at home. That's obviously not a bet here for you guys. Just one that I'll probably bet myself. And there's the 39.5 Cornell first half team total there over on DraftKings. So New Mexico over 143.5 minus 110, and then Cornell first half team total over 39.5 at minus 120. DraftKings for Cornell, FanDuel for New Mexico. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck tonight. If you're tailing, let's kill it. And hopefully we'll come back with a nice little bounce back 2-0 today. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck.